Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Today what we're going to get started with is synchronizing your iPhone calendar along with Google Calendar, and ultimately to help you synchronize your iOS calendar with your Google Home, and to make that whole section of Google Home useful to you as a person with an iPhone. So let's get going. Okay, well, let's get started here in our iPhone. You're going to need three things basically, or three applications: the iOS calendar, the Google Home application, and the Google Calendar application. So get all three of those installed on your iPhone here, and we'll go from there. So now, just starting inside the iOS application, I have a number of calendars. You can see the different colors on my calendar there, indicating that I have different calendars. And here's the list. You can see I have 6 or 7 different calendars here that are integrated within my iOS calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by adding in the Google Calendar, or the Gmail calendar, and keep in mind that you have to add the account that you've used with Google Home to register your device. So we're in the settings, the base settings of your iPhone, in the account section, and we're going to go ahead and sign in with our Gmail account. And this is the critical point: you have to add in the calendar here. You can add in the mail and the contacts if you want, but for this purpose we need to add in the calendar. So now, within my calendars, you can see I now have the extra Google calendars, or the Gmail calendars, at the top there. So I could create an event in iOS in my Gmail calendar if I wanted. I could actually choose that calendar after putting in the details of my event here. So now we're going to flip over to the Google Calendar application, and I'm going to show you how to sync this to your iOS calendar. So we're going to go into the settings, and this is down at the bottom. This is the general settings, and I'm going to hit manage accounts at the bottom, and then I'm going to turn on all of my different calendars that I have access to here on the iPhone. And there you go, right away we get all of the appointments from the iOS calendar synced into our calendar. We can make adjustments here. We can actually delete these. So I'm going to go ahead and delete a couple, and you can see it knows that it's a series. I'm only going to delete the one, and then I'm going to delete this as well. And there you go. You can see the adjustment right away in your Google Calendar, and back to iOS, you can see those are gone. So now I'm going to create a test event here just to show you how that synchronizes to the Google Calendar application. And I could choose that Gmail calendar if I wanted, but I'm just going to leave it with my base iOS. And then I'm going to head back over to the Google Calendar application, and there you go, there it is. So just going to remove that quickly here, and now I'm going to show you how to create entries on the iPhone within the Google Calendar. So I'm going to hit the plus down at the bottom, and I like this interface a little better. You'll have to decide for yourself, but I like the Google Calendar interface a little better here. So you can see where you can choose the @ location. It brings up some of those locations for you. You can say on, and then you see your conflicts as well within the time schedule portion of the application here. You can also put a with, and instantly it brings up your standard notifications that you've set, but you can adjust those. And keep in mind, those notifications are set per calendar, and that is something we'll adjust later in this video, so that when you're creating events with Google Home here, you'll actually create them with the right notifications right off the bat. So there's my new test event that I've created in the Google Calendar, and of course we're going to head over to our iOS calendar here, and you'll see it sync, and there's the test event. And you can also see that it's in that Gmail calendar, and I can delete it. Now, moving into the Google Home application, like I said, you still need that. There's not much you have to do here, but I want you to pay attention to a couple of settings. So scrolling down in our settings section here, there's the My Day. And so you'll want to decide if you want the next meeting and your reminders in there. You can check those boxes. The other side of it is within your device itself, you actually have to make sure that personal results are turned on there, or you will not actually have the ability to request your calendar details from Google Home and get those from Google Home. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a demo here for how you interact with Google Home to create your reminders in your events. Hey Google, add a reminder.
What's the reminder?
To do work.
When do you want to be reminded?
4 hours from now.
Okay, I'll remind you today at 5:40 p.m.
Hey Google, what reminders do I have today?
You have one reminder, do work for today at 5:40 p.m.
Hey Google, delete a reminder.
Alright, consider it cancelled.
Google, add a calendar item.
What's the title of the event?
Do a video.
Sure, when is the event?
At 8 p.m.
Okay, do a video today at 8 p.m. Do you want to save this?
Yes.
Sure, it's on your calendar.
Hey Google, what appointments do I have today?
Sure, Brian, today there's only one thing on your calendar. It's at 8 p.m. and its title is Do a Video.
Hey Google, delete calendar item.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, delete Do a Video from my calendar.
There was a glitch. Try again in a few seconds.
So as I'm sure you could tell there, we actually couldn't delete events on the Google Home. We could remove reminders, but we could not delete events. So within the Google Calendar here now, we can see our 2 events that I added there. Here's the reminder to do work, and then here's the event I created, and you can see the notifications there as well. So 2 settings here. We're going to go all the way down to the general settings, and just in general here, the default event duration for our calendar is 60 minutes. That's important. If you don't set that to whatever generally you use, then Google won't get it right. The other thing is within the actual calendar itself here for Gmail, you have default notifications for your different types of events. So the default notifications I have right now are 30 minutes before as email and 30 minutes before as a notification on my phone. So now back to our iOS, I just want to show you that it does sync and come across. Here's Do a Video showing up on my iOS calendar. I could, if I wanted to, delete that event. Now, the one thing to note, and this will come in a future video, there is no reminder synchronization going on here right now. So that's actually not part of this demo. We'll do that in a separate video because it takes some different integration. All right, well, there you go. You have full synchronization between your calendars. The only issues you might have are where you're subscribing to a calendar from another application on your phone. You'll have to go back in there and make sure that you're synchronizing across the Google Calendar if you want to use that app exclusively. You'll also have to look at your notifications there, and you'll have to decide which app you want to get notifications from. So I hope this has worked out for you. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments below, and we'd love to have you on the channel here. Subscribe to us now. We're doing all kinds of demos with our Google Home and our other smart home and home automation devices here for you. We're teaching you how to set those up and get the most out of them. So looking forward to the next video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.